It was 11:05 a.m. on a Sunday, the 25th of January 2004, at Binningup, Western Australia. Binningup is located 18.6 miles north of Banbury and about 79 miles south of Perth. Alan, a 46-year-old male and a New Zealand Maori, was wearing a 5mm black wetsuit with a watch under his wetsuit and was also wearing a BCD, a black mask, gray-colored fins, and a tank with a regulator and gauge. He was carrying a silver aluminum spear gun with a 32-inch stainless steel shaft and 6-inch head with a black hand grip. The air temperature was 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and there was a 15 to 18 knot northwesterly wind. Underwater visibility was 100 feet. Sea temperature was 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit. The sea was choppy, and the current was from the south. Topside, the area consisted of wide sandy beaches. Underwater, the area consisted of little outcrops of plate coral. 2 boats were fishing nearby. One boat had a single fishing line in the water, and the other boat had 2 fishing lines in the water. The distance from shore was 14 miles. Alan's distance from the boat was 65 feet. Maximum depth of the water was 98 feet, with Alan reaching a depth of 60 feet. There were 2 people on the support boat, the captain of the boat called Dave, and a fellow diver called Daniel. With Alan having entered the water by himself, facing seawards, and descending in an attempt to catch crayfish, when he reached the bottom, he spotted a great white shark below him, moving along the seafloor, swimming in a zigzag pattern. Alan inflated his BCD to maintain his position at 60 feet, waiting and expecting for the shark to leave the area. But at that moment the shark swam directly towards him, approaching from below and to Alan's front, immediately opening its mouth. As Alan saw the shark make a charge at him, he immediately braced himself, tensing up his body, taking a deep breath with the shark's open mouth engulfing both his legs, including both swim fins, and then biting down. The shark shook Alan from side to side, pushing him through the water for what seemed like 20 seconds, its nose pressing hard against his chest. Alan then hit the shark in the face with a crayfish snare he was holding. The shark then opened its mouth wider. Alan then went to stab the shark in the eye, but lost his dive knife. Next, he went for his spear gun, but the shark had bitten through it, snapping the stainless steel shaft in half. Alan believes that both the knife and the spear gun shaft fell into the shark's mouth. Alan's mask had become dislodged in the attack, but he managed to clear the water out of it along with his BCD soon afterwards, suddenly becoming fully inflated. The shark then released Alan at a depth of 65 feet. Then Alan immediately swam to the surface. Upon surfacing, Alan called out for help. The captain of the support boat immediately pulled up the boat anchor and cut their fishing line. The boat, which was 65 feet from Alan, came at once and pulled him on board, with the shark appearing 5 feet from the surface and circling the boat. Captain Dave and fellow diver Daniel and Alan himself administered first aid by wrapping a towel and sweater around Alan's legs in an attempt to stop the bleeding. While returning to shore, an ambulance was called and took Alan to the nearest hospital for treatment. Obviously, both of Alan's legs had been bitten, with the bite pattern belonging to a great white shark. There was an arc of very wide-spaced tooth impressions along the lateral aspect of Alan's left leg, running from above his ankle and along the calf to just above the patella. No tooth fragments from the shark were found in Alan's body after x-raying his wounds. Alan believes that the severity of the injury may have been reduced because the stainless steel shaft of his spear gun was across his legs from his hips to his knees, and thus prevented his legs from being severed. The shark couldn't bite down any further because the shaft had probably lodged in its mouth or throat, which appeared to cause the shark to have a gag reflex. According to the boat captain and fellow diver, the shark witnessed was up to 16.5 feet in total length. It's possible that this was not a predatory attack upon Alan, but possibly a competitive warning bite. In a predatory attack, a great white shark usually approaches from behind the victim, disabling the victim with a strategic bite, thereby rendering the victim inoperable. Although the shark bit Alan's legs, his legs were possibly not chosen to reduce Alan's locomotion, but possibly because they were the closest accessible part of him to latch onto, allowing the shark to get its message across. It would seem there was not much planning from the shark's view of the situation. It possibly just wanted to get the situation immediately resolved. The zigzag motion of the shark that Alan witnessed was a display of agitation in a decision-struggling manner. The shark lowered both lateral fins to increase maneuverability and hence its ability to react while approaching. The lowering of the pectoral fins makes the swim pattern of a shark move in a zigzag pattern. A shark will often do this while approaching an unfamiliar object. It gets ready in case it needs to alter its swim pattern in a hurry. Contact with Alan was less than 10 to 20 seconds. Alan was in the feeding territory of the shark, possibly being viewed as a competitor within its territory that had to be driven away or eliminated. The encounter was effective from the shark's point of view after initiating the attack, with the result of Alan withdrawing by ascending to the surface. The shark shadowed Alan to the surface due at that point to its possible now increased curiosity, possibly or not possibly as a prelude of attacking Alan again, with the possibility of the initial attack in the shark's mind having resolved its initial stress situation. Let's be realistic here by being totally logical about making a totally non-biased analysis of this attack, in stating that it's also a possibility that Alan, when entering the shark's feeding territory, was plain and simple seen as a food source.